Hey everyone, it's Augustina Holtz with John R. Wood Properties, continuing with the series that I'm doing with professionals in the Southwest Florida area to bring some information out to you so that you learn about our businesses and know that we are here to serve you. Today I have Bruce Rosenblatt here, and he is the founder of Senior Housing Solutions. I just want to go over a little bit about what I know about Bruce so that you'll understand where he's coming from. Bruce is the founder of his company, Senior Housing Solutions, and it's a resource for seniors to help them navigate through the process of moving into senior living. Bruce has overseen luxury retirement communities and assisted living facilities across the country for the last 31 years. In 2008, he developed Senior Housing Solutions, which allows him to utilize his inside knowledge of the senior housing business to be a positive asset to someone trying to locate the best retirement community of assisted living facilities. As an advocate for seniors in our area, Bruce is a chairperson for the Leadership Coalition on Aging's Empowerment Series and has served on the board of directors of the Area Agency on Aging for Southwest Florida. He is a member of the Jewish Family Services and the Retirement Housing Council of the state of Florida. He is also an active member of the Leadership Coalition on Aging, the Naples Interagency, oh my gosh, it's such a mouthful, a senior related business organization, the Naples Chamber of Commerce, the Collier County Bar Association, and the Jewish Federation Men's Culture Alliance, and the Bonita Bay Networking Group. He is a frequent guest speaker at many local clubs and organizations and national senior-related conventions, but the thing that's most intriguing to me is that he is a certified barbecue judge. Bruce, welcome to the program.
Thanks, Augustina. Great to have you. Thank you for hosting me.
So Bruce, we met at one of our company meetings. We have a monthly meetings here in Fort Myers, Florida, John R. Wood Properties, and you have partnered with our company to provide services to the seniors that we are helping to relocate. Tell us a little bit about what your passion is and how you really came to develop your organization.
Well, thanks for hosting me, Augustina. It's great being here. You know, as you said, I've been in this business for over 31 years. I am pretty much the foremost authority on senior housing in the area. And basically, I was flying all over the country. It was, you know, post 9/11. And I was on a plane. You can't tell because I'm sitting down, but I happen to be 6'7", and so I would squeeze myself into a plane. And I was flying from Tucson to Chicago to Texas, and I was never home. I never saw my family, and I really thought, you know, there had to be a better way. There had to be a better way for me to use all my experiences, all my knowledge to help people and also make it a business. So in 2008, I formed my company, Senior Housing Solutions, and that's all that I do is help people find the appropriate senior housing type of community. And that could be independent living, it could be continuing care, it could be assisted living, it could be memory care. And so I make it my passion to know everything about all the different communities in this area. So it's kind of surprising, and people are a little bit, you know, amazed that there are about 100 different senior living communities in this area. And so I make it my passion to know about each and every one of them. And especially now with the virus, it's even more important for someone to have inside knowledge about, you know, what's going on with all the different facilities. So, you know, I'm in and out of them. I'm communicating with all of them. I have clients living at many of them. And so I stay current on pricing, on availability, on quality of care, quality of
Mhm.
services. And so I have this inside track, and because of all my experiences, I know, how these communities are run. I know how they're financed. I know how, their budgets are maintained. And so I really have this, a very unique perspective on this. And so I've been doing this since, my company's going on our 12th year, since 2008. And and so I'm a local business,
Mhm.
and again, I think especially today, in today's age, being tied in with, trying to support other local businesses is very important. Last year, I developed a partnership with John R. Wood, which has been a great, because I have many clients who are moving to a different community, and the home sale is a very complicated and traumatic experience, and people don't know how to choose the right realtor, or they want to make sure that they get the most for their home. And so my partnership with John R. Wood, which is the #1 broker in this area, really worked out well. They're local. I met with, Mr. Wood and Phil Wood and all the people at your home base office, and just really, like everybody, and everybody that I come associated with John R. Wood, it's just a perfect fit, because I know, they are an extension of what I do. That I know that when I refer one of my clients to a John R. Wood realtor, I know that they're going to be taken care of, and they're going to be handheld through this process. And that's very important to me, because my clients are, that's my lifeblood, that these are my relationships. And so knowing that, and knowing that I have this relationship, is very important.
Well, thanks for saying so, Bruce. I appreciate that. And I have to say, you inspired me, because I have always had a soft spot in my heart for seniors, and I always wanted to serve them. But from that very first meeting, I knew I wanted to work with you. And I have since received my senior real estate specialist designation, which really opened my eyes to the process of what a senior goes through in making that decision to move on into the next phase of their life. And they really, it's overwhelming to them. And so to understand the process and understand what they're going through, and all of the different piece parts that we need to put in place to help them, is amazing. And you really pushed that button for me to go ahead and learn that, so that I can help seniors. So Bruce,
Well,
tell me a little bit about.
congratulations on that.
Thank you, thank you. I'm working with a few seniors now, and it's just, having that education really does show, and it does help them,
Sure.
and it helps me to understand. So tell me, Bruce, the other thing that impressed me about you was you are the premier resource for seniors as they're moving on. But the other thing that impressed me was that it's not only it's not only having them know about the different assisted living facilities, but matching the senior with the most appropriate facility according to not only their finances, but the lifestyle that they want to live. Tell me a little bit about how you work that into, let's say, a consultation with your seniors.
So, and what you said is so true. It's a very complicated process, and,
Mhm.
understanding about all the different communities, how they, what people can afford, what their health is like, what the lifestyle is like, what the demographics are like. All those are very important ingredients. And so I would say what I do is almost like a Rubik's Cube,
Mhm.
where, when I meet with people, I gather information, and from that information, I'm able to turn the dials on the Rubik's Cube so they can match up. And
Mhm.
sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard. And so that's what I try to do. I also have a very sophisticated computer program that I can enter certain data into, and that will help narrow down the search as well. So between those two things and pretty much my knowledge, because I'm so familiar with all the different options in both Lee and Collier counties. I'm able to, take that, and I guess I'm sort of like a matchmaker, so I'm able to take that information that people are providing to me and narrow down the process, because, I don't see somebody going and researching 100 different communities in this area. And so I try to narrow that down. And, and so there's that piece of the puzzle of finding communities that meet their needs. But I also want someone to make a wise decision. And so I want someone to make a decision on a place that is financially secure and that has a good track record, that has a good reputation, has had good health surveys that the state does. So these are, another layer of what we provide, because, yes, you can find a place that's, well located and, it has a good price. But if it's places, if you're going to move there and every year they're going to start jacking up your rents, that may not be the best decision. So, so there's a lot to it. And, I take it very personal, and, my clients are very important to me. And so in the normal world, I meet with them in their own home, and we get to know one another. I get to know them and their little dog and their cat. But, today's situation is just a little different. So.
And you're also working with, I'm assuming, family members to help them through the process as well.
Yes. And this is sort of an interesting trend that's been changing, because over the years, it used to be the individual who was looking for themselves, and their children, their adult children, lived up north. Now it seems to be shifting. So I think people are retiring younger down here. And so the adult child is down here, and they're saying, come on, mom and dad, or come on, come move down to beautiful Southwest Florida. So I'm seeing, I'm definitely seeing a new trend in that regard, which is great.
Yeah, I'm seeing that as well. And I'm also seeing another trend too, and that is the senior who has been retired down here. Family is up north, and now the grandkids are coming around, and they are wanting to leave the area to go and be closer with their grandchildren. How can I help?
So that's an interesting point, because I was hearing that as well. And so people were coming to me saying, Bruce, my kids or my grandkids live in Massachusetts, or they live in, Arizona or Texas or wherever, or Tennessee, is there somebody like me in that area? So what I have done is I have developed a network of advisors like myself that I have vetted, that I have, researched them and their companies. And so now I have a national network of advisors that I can refer people to, that I would feel comfortable referring people to. So, which is great.
That's very good to know, and I'm glad to pass that information on, because it's seniors are not just stuck here until they move into an assisted facility, and it's good to know that we have other people like you across the nation that we can, when we come to you, you are our resource for all things senior. So I really appreciate that.
So
Bruce,
because of that, I'm gonna, there's different types of senior housing. So the assisted living is only one part of that. There's independent living, there's continuing care retirement communities, and then there's assisted living, and then there's sort of memory care. So there's different types of senior housing. So the terminology gets a little confusing, because if we said they all were assisted living, then people would think, well, I don't really need assistance, but I would rather be living somewhere where there's social, and there's maybe some dining services, or maybe some transportation to doctor's appointments, or maintenance-free aspect. So there are some other types of communities besides assisted living.
Okay. Yes.
So
And are you a resource for those as well?
I am. I
Good.
am. I
Okay.
cover the full gamut of all
Mhm.
the different types of communities. So,
Well, thanks for that. So Bruce, tell me what else we need to know about you.
well, a great thing is that my services are free. So, and
Okay.
you know, so which is a lot of people don't realize that,
Free
but
is
my
good.
services are
Free is
free.
good.
Free
Mhm.
is we like free, and
Yeah.
so my services are free. And so that's a great thing. And I would encourage somebody to visit my website, which is www.seniorhousingsolutions.net. And
Mhm.
it's kind of a cool website because you can go on their website and there's a search component to it. So you can put in different things like I have, which places accept dogs, or which places, are a campus layout, which places have villas or 2 bedrooms. And you're able to do that on your own and kind of narrow things down on my site, which is excellent.
Mhm.
Um, so we didn't talk about barbecue, but I guess we'll save that for another webinar. But I do like my barbecue, and so everybody always asks me where's the best barbecue, and so that's always I'm always in search of really good barbecue. So it's pretty much my backyard. So
Okay. Oh, well, okay.
yeah,
Well, you're going to have to invite us over then.
yes, the whole
Well,
group.
Bruce, thank you so much for joining me today. Are there any other areas or any other ways that we can contact you? We've got your website. Would you like to give a
Sure.
telephone number or an email?
Sure. And so my phone number is 239-595-0207. Please
Mhm.
feel free to call me. This is an interesting time with the virus. And
Mhm.
so, we are, I'm doing a lot of webinars myself. I have one actually coming up this Thursday. I have a rabbi
Okay.
talking about the importance of spirituality during this time. And
Mhm.
so, I want to be a resource to people as well, just as you are. And
Mhm.
so go to my website, give me a call, text me, call me. And I would also encourage people to plan ahead. I have a saying that it's better to be 5 years too early rather than 5 minutes too late. And
Mhm.
so many times people wait for a crisis to occur before they start doing research. And this is a big decision. And so you need to plan ahead. You need to, do your due diligence, tap into my knowledge. And just as on your side, it's going to take some time to sell your place. You get
Mhm.
someone's home ready to sell. And so it's going to take some coordination.
Yes.
and
Yes, it is.
and and also from a real estate perspective, there are, you know sometimes people have this mindset that they don't want to sell their house while they're living there.
Mhm.
Well, they don't want to leave their house empty, excuse me, so they don't want to leave their house empty.
Mhm.
And so I'm sure you would appreciate that someone's home probably would sell faster if they weren't living there. So having open
Yeah.
houses and having showings, if someone's living there and there's maybe there's some medical equipment, or maybe there's some medications, and there's people's always have to straighten all that up, that's not going to help
Yeah.
you sell.
And no, it's not. And I think the deciding factor, though, is when they know that they have a place to go and that's all settled and they are ready to go, that they are more likely to leave the home because they're certain of the next destination. A lot of times
Sure.
people want to linger on in their homes because they really are unsure of where they're going to go, and the plan isn't made yet. So I appreciate your saying sooner rather than later. Really do make a plan for yourself, like everything else that we do in life. Make a plan so that that certainty will help you to move towards the goal, move towards the plan.
Correct. And
And
the other piece of that I
mhm,
offer as a resource. So in addition to being partnered with John R. Wood,
mhm,
I work with local attorneys. I work with move coordinators. And so I work with financial advisors. So there's a number of different people that I work with that I basically have a little toolbox that
mhm.
if somebody needs some help on veterans benefits or needs some help with getting some legal work done, I can take those people out of my toolbox. Or maybe they have a long-term care insurance that they don't fully understand or they don't know how to activate. I have people that I can help them.
And that's why you're on my team, Bruce.
Thank you. Well, I'm glad you're on my team too.
Well, we've been speaking with Bruce Rosenblatt from Senior Housing Solutions today. Bruce, thanks so much for being on my program, and we'll talk soon.
My pleasure. Thank you. Take care. Be safe.
Thanks.